All right, 97.7 Outlaw Radio FM listeners, we are live this afternoon right here, right now with David Chance and Dante Jordan. They are R&B's finest duo. They are none other than Ruff Endz. How are you guys doing this afternoon?
Hey, how you doing? How you doing? We're doing great, man. We're doing great. Thanks
Uh,
for having us.
you are most certainly welcome, guys. I first and foremost have to say, man, I've been a fan for a long time, so just thank you guys for giving us a little bit of your time this afternoon.
Hey, thanks for having us, man. We really appreciate you.
But I know you guys, you guys are really busy guys lately, so I'm gonna jump right into this interview. But you guys actually started off your young careers as part of the hip hop, part of the hip hop group. For listeners that don't know about that group, can you tell our listeners a bit more about how you met the other members so early on in your career, as being a part of that four-member group?
Yes, well, we always based in R&B, but growing up in the inner city, we always had that little taste of hip hop. You know, just our influences. We started in high school basically. And Dave had a group together already, and I was basically coming from the streets, to be honest. So we linked up in high school, and the group that we had in high school really didn't stay together for different reasons. So out of high school, we formed another group. The group really didn't work out for different reasons. And then a great friend of ours, Lee Scholar, from a group named Drew Hill, a group called Drew Hill, the second coming of Drew Hill, a great friend of ours, Lee Scholar, that joined the group, basically told us to do it by ourselves. You know, we didn't need anybody else because, you know, we had a little fear being as though we wasn't a four-man group, and there were only really four-man groups out on the scene. So, you know, we were a little reluctant, you know, to really go full steam ahead until we got the word from our partner, from one of our friends, Wu Scholar, that told us to go ahead and do it. So that was basically the beginning of the group right there, the beginning of Dave and Brown. We were teenagers when we started the group, actually. So, yeah.
Did you guys ever have the opportunity to put any like recordings together as that group, or did you guys just like break off before you guys had the opportunity to produce any records?
We basically did shows. I mean, actually, Dave and myself started writing songs back then. Started writing and producing songs. Dave was always on the piano or on the beat machine, putting some tracks together, and we would come up with songs back then. But the rest of the guys, we never came up with anything with the rest of the guys. Me and Dave was always the writer and writer/producer. Hello?
Oh, sorry about that. And also, in 1999, you actually collaborated with Cameron on the song titled Freak. I was wondering, how did yourself and Cameron initially get connected? And of course, what was it like just working with him so early on in your guys' career?
Oh, man. Shout out to Cameron. Shout out to New York. Shout out to Harlem. Cameron was our label mate. Actually, the first tour that we had the honor of going on was a tour that Cameron headlined, and it was a black college tour in the United States, and Cameron was the only person they really knew on the tour. Cameron, I think the only hit they really knew at that time was Horse and Carriage, the song he had with Mason Becker. Yeah, we were blessed to be on a label with a bunch of living legends, today's living legends. So Cameron was one of them. And, you know, us being on the same label and being around each other in that same area, we got a chance to get together and you know, let our creativities blend together for free. So, you know, shout out to Cameron.
And especially back in like the 1999 or like 1999 early 2000, Cameron was such a huge household name. So just going on tour with him, it must have been sold out arenas like every single night.
Oh man, the black it was fat. Huh? It was crazy. It was crazy. It was crazy. They definitely knew who he was, and he definitely was the catalyst for the show. Because people didn't know who we were. We had to go out and fight for our love every night. The crowd was doing our
But
oh, man.
also, guys, in June 2000, so just like a year after, collaborating with Cameron, you guys actually premiered your debut single titled "No More," which became a hit on the R&B and pop chart, peaking at number 5 on the Billboard 200. I was wondering, man, could you tell our listeners a bit more about that song? And of course, how did it feel having your debut single blow up to such proportions, man? Because a lot of people don't really have such huge success with their debut single.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, um, we wasn't aware that it was going to be as big as it was. We No More Shop was the last song on the album that we recorded, and we actually we thought we was done the album. You know what I mean? So when we recorded it, we got a phone call from David McPherson, which was the vice president over there at Sony, at Epic actually. And he said, I want y'all to work with one more, guy, it's his producers. Their name is Darren Light and AF. We're familiar with AF and Heavy Bean Boys. And so, we go in there, we work with them, and we do a couple records. And No More was the one that we did it, and then we did that song. So our basis wasn't the best. And No More is more of a singing, it's more of a hip hop song for we just kind of sing, you know what I mean? So, we are singers, we R&B cats. So we thought it was going to be, the song that was going to be big was going to be one of the ones that we sing, you know what I mean? So, but lo and behold, after we got the record done, that Monday, the following Monday, at the Sony building, everybody in the office was playing the song. And they were like losing their minds. Interns were coming out of the office saying, "Oh my God, this is a hit!" And the rest is history, man. They definitely picked the right song because we didn't think it was, to us it was our greatest vocal, performance. You know what I mean? On as far as the whole album, that was kind of our least, as far as vocally how we performed. So it blew up and. Here we are today, man. Just blessed to have a song that keep us around for many years. Even with the pandemic, shout out to all the fans and shout out to Teddy Riley and me for starting us actually going viral on Instagram and on social media for the whole COVID-19. You know what I mean? So we're blessed, man.
And also a year after that, man, my personal favorite joint by you guys actually dropped, and it's titled "Cash Money Cars Clothes" featuring Memphis Bleek. And I was always wondering, what's the story behind that phenomenal song? And of course, how did yourself and Memphis Bleek actually get connected?
Cash Money Cars Clothes. So Cash Money Cars Clothes was a song that we actually wrote and produced. The brother produced it. We both wrote it. And actually, Cash Money Cars Clothes is from the hip hop side of the R&B hip hop duo Ruff Endz. That's something that just gave us a certain feeling for dancing, for getting the blood pumping type of thing. And it was a song they liked at the label. It was a song they liked that we had. I think we actually wrote and produced the song before we got our deal. I think it was one of the early songs we did before we actually. And Memphis Bleek. Shout out to Memphis Bleek. Shout out to the Rock. Shout out to the whole team over there. It was a few people that actually wanted to work with us. And I think Bleak, Dragon, there was a couple people I found out that, when we first got our record deal, they like uttered our name. They heard the name Ruff Endz before they even heard us, and was like, "Yeah, we got to do something." And I'm like, wow, it's just an honor to hear anybody of passion wanting to do something with you. But Memphis Bleak, we linked up with Memphis Bleak through a friend of a friend in the industry, and it was magic, man. Definitely appreciate the connection and merger. It was one of our best trips, going to Brazil to do the video for that essence.
And I'm gonna be honest, that song right there can make a play out of anybody. You know what I mean? You put that song on, you most definitely feel fly, but super fly. But also, guys, I want this one right here. It's not a music question, but I remember watching this back in 2002, and I think I'm probably gonna take you guys down a memory lane with this one. But you both actually starred in the movie titled Secret Indictment that was released in September of 2002. I was wondering, man, how did you guys land that role? And of course, what was it like participating in that particular movie?
Man, I was like a kid in a candy store. You know what I mean? We was running around with guns and stuff. It was the most fun thing I've ever done, pretty much. Like, I've actually thought about doing, playing roles from doing that movie. Actually, our manager at the time, Troy Patterson, one of his very close friends, which is a classic movie director from like the 90s, most of the 90s, like videos. He was the guy. His name is DC Cole. So shout out to DC Cole, who is actually my mentor right now as far as when it comes to film, because that's kind of what I on the side. But he actually produced and directed that film, and of course, his relationship with our manager, it was a no-brainer. It was like, man, we want to get Ruff Endz up in here, because he saw the videos we did, and it was a great connection. But as far as being inside, being in the movie, man, that was my first time being in a film, and I think that's probably one of the reasons why I'm actually in film now, from doing that movie. Seeing how it was done and how it was made, that kind of thing. It was the best.
And also, you guys actually played phenomenal roles as well, as Ja and Killa, man. I think you guys were phenomenal in that movie, man. So I'm glad you guys are still actually doing acting, man.
Wow, man, that's crazy. I really appreciate that. It definitely was a good experience for us. Definitely was a good experience, and it's definitely something you're gonna see from us in the future. So, me probably more on the acting, voiceover side, and my brother probably more on the movie directing, writing side, which is still crazy how we fit together. Like two pieces in a pod is crazy. But you could definitely be looking for some. Put it like this: a lot of great things from Ruff Endz, from Dante and David. Well, definitely.
And I remember as well, I think it was like 05, 06 criteria, but you guys also had the opportunity to team up with Ghostface Killah on the track of Love Sessions. I was wondering, how did yourself and Ghostface from the Wu-Tang Clan actually team up? And of course, what was it like working with him?
Well, I got to go back even before that one. The No More remix, we did something with Ghostface Killah and Raekwon the Chef. So it was actually on the remix to No More Shopping Sprees. We had flipped the track from the man Uncle Charlie. And that was our first time actually working with Wu-Tang. But the Love Session, Ghostface Killah and was actually on our label as well. Label mates over Epic. So there was a lot of connections that we made with people on the label, on the hip-hop side, especially Cameron and Ghostface, We did stuff with Cameron that never came out, you know what I mean? That's some really nice stuff. So, when it came back around, I think it was a movie that it was featured on, and then we got a phone call from David McSpishin about being on the hook for Ghostface Record, and it was just a no-brainer. We worked together before, and we got a lot of love for Wu-Tang Clan. It's some guys in Baltimore that was influenced by the Wu-Tang, and their name was the Ghetto Rats. And they're the pack that actually gave us our name, Ruff Endz. You know what I mean? So there's a lot of hip hop love or hip hop running through the veins of Ruff Endz. Of course, their veins. You know what I mean? So.
And also as well, jumping ahead in the timeline to right now, this Sunday, on April 2nd, you guys are going to be releasing your brand new record titled Rebirth. And I was wondering, because I know you guys have a couple singles from that album already released to the general public, but as for the record itself, what can our listeners actually expect from this particular record when they actually purchase themselves a copy?
Well, first of all, I'd like to say thanks in advance to everyone. We'd like to say thanks to our supporters. We'd like to say thanks to our fans. We'd like to say thanks to our loved ones, and that's everyone that's been supporting and will be supporting our project. This is an album that's written and produced by us. This is a 100% organic, straight up vegan, whatever you want to call it, project. My brother produced every track. We wrote the whole album together. And I can definitely say that we wrote each song with purpose. So our class of R&B is a class of R&B that's well approached, is well delivered, and it's you know you take a little more finesse to deliver the soul, to deliver the message to the people. You know what I'm saying? So our class of R&B, that it classifies as the '90s type of R&B. It's basically a certain type of class of R&B. Whereas though we take our time with our message. Everything is grown folks music. Everything we're talking about, our songs, the vibe of the song. So anybody that's looking for that classic, that real R&B that touch your soul, this is definitely that project. So don't hear it from your friends. Get your own copy.
And also as well, directly after this interview, guys, I'm actually going to be giving them a little bit of a taste of this record on the song Be The One, which I got to say is absolutely phenomenal. You definitely get a taste of that, Ruff Endz. One thing I love about you guys keep it real. You know what I mean? A lot of these new R&B acts, they're using auto-tune and whatnot. You guys keep that original sound that you did back when you first started, man. I just want to say, you know what I mean? That proves real talent and real R&B, man. And I think Ruff Endz is going to bring it back with this entire album.
Oh, man, thank you so much, brother, for the love and the support. And thank you for your platform for allowing us to share with our friends and reconnect with our friends. This album is just the beginning of a catalog that we're going to build and bring out to our audience, man, that we're excited about, man. We have a lot more to come. We got the Ruff Endz documentary that's going to be coming down pipe as well this year. Our story told like never before. And we've got new videos. We got actually going to be premiering the video to Be The One this Friday on Vimeo as well. So that's to be checking out for that. Follow us. Make sure you guys follow us at Official Ruff Endz on Facebook and Instagram. And this Friday, man, we got something special, Dante, if you want to tell them about what's popping up this Friday for all my people in New York.
So anybody that's in New York, anybody that can reach New York, we are having a meet and greet celebration in Times Square for the release of our debut album, Rebirth. So anybody that's near New York, your friends and family that's in the area, make sure you let them know. Definitely make their way to Times Square. We will be practicing social distancing, and time of the world is at a state of caution. So we're definitely practicing social distancing and wearing your mask, but it's definitely going to be a must-see, wanna-be event. So if you're in the area, you want to come come out and enjoy the vibes with us, enjoy the good vibes, the good people. Make sure you come out Friday, 2nd, for the release of our album, Rebirth.
But I gotta say, guys, thank you so much for years of amazing music, man. Your music most definitely helped not only myself, but millions of individuals worldwide through your substance, your lyrics, and just all around your music. So thank you guys for making a positive impact on so many lives worldwide. I'm most definitely looking forward to Rebirth. I've already pre-ordered my copy, so it's a waiting game for me. But for now, guys, I know you're busy, but thank you so much, and I wish you guys nothing but blessings for many, many more years to come.
Oh, man, thank you so much, brother, for your time. And again, this is one. You're the first person that actually brought up secret indictment. You brought up a thing that you never heard of anything.
Right.
You definitely did your homework, and I appreciate you really, having us on the platform, brother. Again, be blessed.
Hey, man, you are most certainly welcome. I always try and find that one question that, makes artists sit back and go, wow, like, they know about this?
So make sure y'all hit us on our social media. Stay informed. We'll be having a lot of exclusives. Even giveaways are going to be coming up. Make sure you hit us on Official Ruff Endz. That's Official Ruff Endz. Ruff Endz with a Z at the end. Official Ruff Endz on Instagram, Facebook, and The Real Ruff Endz on Twitter. Shout out to our label, SRG Universal, the new home of R&B. Shout out to our management, Terry Harvey. And we'll be seeing y'all really, really, really soon.
Hey, most definitely. Sounds like a plan. Thank you so much, guys, and most definitely have yourself a wonderful day.
Thank you.